What's going on, DashClicks? How we doing, everybody? What's going on, Dash fam? Super excited to have all of you guys here. We haven't done one of these webinars in a while, and we're super excited to bring everybody back. And we're excited to start doing these moving forward a couple of times a month, actually. So without further ado, what I want to do is, Carlos, if you can, quickly hit the GoPro on me. Let's do a quick tour of the room. How many people, is this your first time live with us on a Marketer's Mindset webinar? Drop a number 1 in the chat. And this is your first time ever live with us here on a Marketer's Mindset webinar. Drop a number 1. If you've been on one of these before, drop a number 2 in the chat. Go ahead and drop a number 2 in the chat. Love it, guys. I'm going to give you guys a quick tour. So as you guys can see currently, we are inside of the Marketer's Mindset studio right here in our DashClicks office in sunny South Florida. You're looking at me right now on the GoPro. So you're up top. You can kind of see the surrounding areas, lights, cameras. I got my side monitor over here. So we'll do a quick test. Where are you guys from this world? Go ahead and drop it in the chat below. Go. Where are you guys from? Drop it in the chat below. We got Leslie from Cali, Clearwater, Tampa, Indiana, Albuquerque, Madison, North Miami Beach, Cali, West Palm, Nicaragua, Edmonton. All right, you got UK. You guys are from all over the place. On another note, we have a side cam right here, which you guys can see me on, and you guys can kind of see the monitor here on the side screen blowing up. So, side screen, and then let's go P&P really quick. And then we got the beautiful monitor. And I'll be right down here on the bottom right when you see this screen. And today I got some really exciting stuff to show you guys. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm going to show you guys 10 quick things that you can do to add extra revenue to your agency right now. If that's something that you are slightly interested in, go ahead and drop a number 5 in the chat. Let me know that you're with me. If you're interested in adding more revenue to your agency, go ahead and drop a number 5 in the chat for me really quick. 5 in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go front face real quick. So, and of course, the beautiful front view. As always, yours truly. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys. You know, the reason why I actually did this webinar is taking a couple of steps back. For the last couple of years, we've been running DashClicks, but even further than that, since 2009. For most of you guys that don't know my story, we've been running our retail agency, social agencies, basically doing the same stuff that you guys are doing right there at home or in your offices, right? Running an agency, selling services, trying to build a team, trying to scale up. How many of you guys out there are trying to do any of those things? Drop a number 2 in the chat for me really quick. Quick poll. How many of you guys are trying to make more money for your agency, add more revenue, build a team, get more clients, get more leads coming in on a daily basis, get some traction, maybe even pick up your first client, right? How many of you guys are trying to do that? Just go ahead and drop a 2 in the chat if you resonate with anything that I'm saying now. Love it. So a lot of you guys are here to learn. And usually what we do on these Marketer's Mindset webinars is I am here to not only educate you, but I'm here to entertain you. And we're going to have some fun. And I'm going to give away some cool stuff. So without further ado, if you guys are cool with me kicking it off here, 4 in the chat really quick. 4 in the chat. I want to make sure that we break the chat. I want to make sure that Zoom sends me a support ticket after. It says, Chad, you're unavailable to use the chat anymore. You broke the chat. It's done. It's done. You are banned from using our chat. Now, guys, as you guys all know, usually what hypes me up the most, what gets me the most excited, what gets me going is you guys, is writing in the chat, dropping numbers in the chat, dropping comments in the chat, dropping your feedback, letting me know exactly what is going on while I'm sitting here standing, hit the GoPro for me, alone in this room, okay? So we got Carlos on the 1s and 2s, but you can't see him because he's behind the GoPro, right? But I'm here to help you guys take your agency one step further, okay? So let's go front face. So here's what I want to do, guys. If you guys go ahead and stay with me all the way until the end, I'm going to make you guys a really cool offer, something that is irresistible for you. But what I want to focus on right now is I'm going to be going one by one all the way to 10. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys the 10 fastest things that you can do right now in your agency to add more revenue. Okay? And also on top of that, at any point in time, if you're interested in making a step further or moving faster, what I am going to do is offer you this right now. So for you guys taking the time to sit here and listen to me and join us live on this webinar, I'm going to give everybody in this room 50% off of anything in DashClicks right here, right now. So you can use that coupon code DC50. You can take 50% off of anything in DashClicks. So keep that in the back of your mind, okay? And this coupon code is going to expire after the webinar, okay? So what I want you guys to do is at any point in time, if you're excited about something, I want you to go ahead and use that coupon code while you can, okay? Actually, I just got a note. It's going to expire tonight. So nice enough for Carlos to send us that. Thank you, Carlos. So it's going to expire tonight. So DC50, that'll get you guys 50% off everything in DashClicks, 50% off fulfillment, 50% off an agency website, Insta sites, Insta reports, 50% off it all. And you can use it on multiple purchases starting right now, literally, all the way until the end of tonight, 11:59 p.m. EST. All right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off. And I want to start off with number one. And Carlos, you can rip that banner off the bottom. DC50, guys, 50% off of everything. And what we're going to do, guys, is, as always, for those of you guys, if it's your first time on here, go ahead and try to hold all questions until the end. I'm going to hang out with you guys after. We're going to do a full-blown FAQ. And somebody did ask a question. I'll answer it now. And it's just off the first month of services. Somebody asked me that 50% off lifetime or first month, just the first month, okay? So what I want to do, and yes, I'm organized and I do have a handy dandy sheet here, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with number one. And I think that, well, not I think, I actually know. I think the most important reason why most agencies fail nowadays is their initial product offering, okay, their core offering. And if you can think about it, most agencies, what they'll do is they'll just try to go super, super high ticket, right? And there's nothing against that. Going high ticket is really good, but going a low ticket and working your way up to high ticket is even better. I've actually split tested this method, not only myself calling, but throughout our entire call center, where we had about a total of about 20 people split up between fronters and closers, right? Your appointment setters and then your actual sales closers. And we've tested this method, and this was not like a 30-day test. This was like a 2-year test within our call center to find out long-term what was actually better. Was it better to sell a high-ticket item first, or was it better to sell a lower-ticket item and then escalate up from there, right? And I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of what an initial core offer is, okay? So, while most of you guys, what most people do is they'll try to sell, let's say like Facebook ads, right? So Facebook ads, and you'll try to sell Facebook ads for, let's say, like $2K a month, right? Now, this is good. The only problem with this is most people, especially on this product itself, has a super high churn rate, which essentially means the second that somebody comes in here, you might be lucky to keep them for like tops 3 months, okay? Now, once again, some of you guys are going to be on here like, Chad, I've had a Facebook customer for more than 3 months. I get that you have, but statistically showing from our business and our call center, this does not resonate well, okay? What resonates well with people and what will actually make you money faster and will actually help you in the long run is selling a lower tier item, okay? And we basically call it that barrier to entry product, right? So psychologically, most people, when they're making a sale, it's a lot easier for you to swallow a smaller pill than a really, really large pill. And what I mean by that is, if I come up to you guys and say, hey guys, I got this crazy offer for you right now, go ahead and give me $200 and it's yours. Obviously, I have a beautiful sales pitch surrounding that, but you get the concept. Or if I say, hey guys, I have a crazy offer for you guys, it's $2 grand, you can get it right now and it's yours. Now guys, instantly, even if both products were the same, or even if they were completely different, your mind shifts straight to that cheaper product because as human beings, we're always are trying to catch a deal, or we're always trying to build a little bit of trust before we make a big intent purchase, right? $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, these are really hard pills to swallow, especially if you're dealing with small to medium-sized businesses. That's why we realized that, and for most of you guys that don't know, we focused on home services for a lot of our career as a digital marketing agency, right? So your good old painters, plumbers, electrician, roofers, solar, all those guys that you can think about that really do anything within your home, right? And I want to do a quick poll here, and if you guys can help me out, who is your current niche that you guys go after? Who is it that you guys speak to? Who is it that you start conversations with? Go ahead and drop it in the chat below. So Gail said real estate. Who is it that you guys actually go after? Life insurance, flooring, real estate agents. What else, guys? Who is your ideal target audience? Who are the people that you want to sell to? Who are these people? Frank said business owners, roofers. What else we got, guys? So, little fun fact, med spa, pest control, HVAC, auto sales. Okay, you guys are going in the chat right now. Accounting firms, home services such as plumbers and electricians, vacation rentals, tree services, pet stores. Okay, so you guys kind of get the gist here. There's so many different niches available out on the market. What I always recommend doing is, so people will pick one specific niche. What we liked and what worked the best for us was to pick a category, right? And the category for us was home services. And within those home services, we had all of these different sub-niches, and that's plumbers, painters, roofers, electricians, pool repair, garage door repair, carpet cleaning, fencing, tile, contractors, literally anything, like I said, that surrounds your home. So if you go to your home and you look around, you're like, shit, if something breaks here, I need to call somebody to repair or fix or create. Those were the people that we were targeting, okay? And the reason for that is because most of those people, what we realized when we were making hundreds of thousands of calls a month in our call center to these people is a lot of these people are small mom and pop businesses. A lot of these people will pick up the phone because the phone, when you call them, is not all the time in their office, it's right in their pocket. So when you're actually calling their number on their Google business listing or on their website, what you're actually doing is you're calling their cell phone, right? And if any of you guys have ever done any cold calling before, and I'd like to actually do a quick poll at the same time too, because I want everybody to get a feel for the room. How many of you guys right now do cold calling in your business to try to pick up new clients? And if you don't do cold calling, just go ahead and drop in the chat, what's your method of prospecting? What is your method of prospecting? You're running Facebook ads. Somebody said LinkedIn messaging, said emails. What is your method to actually go out and start conversations on a daily basis? Like I said, word of mouth, emails and phone, Instagram DMs, praying. Praying sounds good. What else, guys? What is your method to go out and actually get new customers? What is it? What is that method? There's a lot of agencies on here, guys. Somebody said everyone mixers when it comes back up. All right, guys. The fastest way for us to pick up and get a client was using a phone. Picking up a phone, making a phone call, and actually creating an offer and starting a conversation, okay? And what we did with that was our initial core offering, so number one here on the list, right? The number one thing that you can do to add additional revenue to your business is come up with a barrier to entry product, something that's easy to go through, okay? We really like things that were around 199 bucks. Okay, we realized that that was kind of the sweet spot for us, right? When we didn't go in and try to tackle somebody for $1,000 or $2,000 credit card swipe, and what we did was we tried to get somebody for $199, we realized that that actually allowed us to sell more. It opened up the funnel, okay? It opened up the funnel completely and allowed more people to come into the funnel, into our world, and actually for us to say, hey, how many new customers did we get this month? Versus, hey, how many sales did we get this month? We were focusing not only on sales, we were focusing on customers, because customer acquisition is where you want to be. Because if I have 1,000 of these guys and 10 of these guys, I would actually much rather have this, and I'll tell you why. I can sell to a lot more people, which is going to lead me to number 2. Okay? But before I jump into number 2, I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of a low barrier to entry product, right? So who here is familiar with InstaSites as an example? Just say me in the chat if you've ever heard of what InstaSites is. If you have not, say no. If you've never heard of what InstaSites is, okay? And I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of what I would do for a really quick low barrier entry product. All right, so I would log into my DashClicks account. Okay, let's go PMP real quick, Carlos. All right, so what I would do is I would log into my DashClicks account. I would go to InstaSites, all right? I would go to single InstaSites builder. All right, now I would just go right in here, okay? And what I would do is my offer, my core offer, and this is something that we've actually tested, okay, on thousands of customers, okay? My barrier to entry product was $199, basically an InstaSite, okay? 199 bucks. It's a free website, okay, as we would call it, a free website. And there's a bunch of ways to spin it off. You don't have to call it free. You can just say you got a really low budget website, but it's beautiful, all right? Go ahead, guys, let's do it. I'm going to do a quick test for those people who haven't seen InstaSites. It's literally going to take 6 seconds. Go ahead and drop in a couple niches below, and I'll pick one and build an InstaSite for it really quick. Go ahead and drop that in the chat below. All right, first one said roofer. Cool, let's have some fun with this. All right, so let's go Bobby the roofer. So literally all I would have to do to build an InstaSite, and for those of you guys who are like, Chad, well, what is it that you're doing? I'm actually building a custom website for a potential prospect in a matter of 5 or 10 seconds, okay? And when you're thinking about a core offer, really what you want to think about is, okay, if I'm going to offer something that's low budget, which means I'm not going to make too much money on it, my spread has to be pretty decent, and I really don't have to do anything, right? It should be me like doing nothing, okay? And that's the beauty of what InstaSites is. You can literally just come in here, okay? Bobby the roofer, let's just say that's the name of the company. This is Bobby's information. We got his phone number, his email address, his street address, and then his first and last name, Bobby Jones. Great. Okay, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to search for roofer. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do this new modern roofing template, right? And I'm just going to go in here, and I'm just going to click Build InstaSite. All right, so what our system is doing right now, it's actually going out and it's building a website with the information that I put in, okay? And not only is it doing that, so it's right now it's in the queue, so you'll see it queued up, and in about a couple of seconds you'll see it tee off to the prospect phase. And what it's essentially doing is it's allowing me now to have a tool. So most people, what they think about InstaSites, okay, they think about InstaSites as a sales measure, right? It's technically not that. What you want InstaSites for is InstaSites is great to get your foot in the actual door and get that initial customer. It decreases your customer acquisition costs like crazy, okay? If you're ever doing anything that's revolving around, okay, well, how much does it cost? What's the core cost for me to get a customer? If you do this method, that number will drop significantly because your barrier to entry is almost nothing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to prospect, and we see that it's done, Bobby the roofer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to preview the website. All right, I got a brand new roofing website. We can see Bobby the roofer, right? I got a brand new roofing website. It looks amazing, right? Now this is a website that I can go out to any roofer and literally just by filling out a form, a couple of seconds, just go and actually build them a custom website. And look how many pages we have here. Look at all the services that we have, right? Commercial roofing, new roof, re-roofing, corrective roof. Like, I mean, think about this. Like roof inspect, insulation, right? There's a page for every single one of these websites. So these InstaSites are really powerful because what you can do now is you can say, hey, your website's no good. Here's a brand new website. It's 199 bucks. Okay? Option number one. Or you can say, hey, you don't have a website. Great. Here's a brand new website for you, 199 bucks. Okay? What we realized by using this method, Okay? What we realized by using this method is that once we made that initial sale of $199, which to most people will sound like nothing, right? It's not a crazy amount of money. You're not going to become a millionaire. You're not going to become a seven-figure agency by just selling Insights. But what we realized is this was the best way for us to get our foot through the door so we can then use the value ladder approach, which is going to be number 2 on my list, okay? So upsells and downsells. How many people within their core offer have upsells and downsells? How many people within their core offer have upsells and downsells? Say yes in the chat. And by upsells, I mean things that cost more money that you can upsell them on, or things that might be a little bit cheaper that you can downsell them on, right? How many people have that in their business? Frank's got one, Thomas has got one, Daniel's got one. How many else? Nobody else has got it. This is going to be fun. Okay, now you guys are going. Now you guys are going. All right, cool. And by the way, guys, if any of you guys are like, wow, Insights is really cool, once again, I'm going to hook you guys up. I'll drop the banner here down at the bottom. You guys can get 50% off of any Insights subscription. Just go ahead and use the coupon code below, DC50. That's going to expire tonight at midnight EST. Okay, so take the time right now. If that's something that you're interested in, go snag it before it's too late, all right? Let's go back in P&P, all right? So what I mean by sales, okay, what I mean by value ladder is, like I told you guys before, my initial sale was $199, okay, setup fee. And then there's also a small fee of $49 a month, which includes an SSL certificate, web hosting, access to a drag and drop website builder, okay, inside of their very own custom dashboard, all right? It's a pretty, I mean, think about it, guys. If you're a business, I'm running your credit card for $250, but you're getting a freaking brand new website with like licensed images, right, with content, with customized copy tailored to your business, right, SEO friendly, right, like all of the fully responsive, right, all of these things is coming to you for $250. So the value of what you're giving versus what they're getting is like the scale is way up here, right? And when you can create an effect like that, what happens is you open up that funnel once again even wider. Okay, and that's really what you want to do. You want to open up the funnel so wide that you can get a lot of these customers, these new customers coming through the bottom of your funnel. Because after I get a new customer, what I do is I go ahead and I upsell, all right? So what I'll do is you can see far over here to the left is number 1. That's my core offer. That's my barrier entry product. That's my product to get people in, okay? Then after that, what I'm gonna do is a week later, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna upsell, okay? Here's where the upsells come down, okay? I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna upsell them. But when I do it, I'm gonna do it in a way where it's not salesy. I'm gonna call them a week later and say, hey, Bobby, so excited that we got your website hooked up. Looks like everything's live up on the web. Okay, just wanted to see if you had any questions for me, if you had any issues with your website that you need help with, right? It's a customer service call. It's a customer service call, so you don't sound like that salesy rep that's just trying to shove things down people's throat, because that's not what you want to come off as, right? But at the end of that call, you can say, hey, by the way, Bobby, if you're interested, we're currently running a promotion, okay? And it's for directory listings. It's $199 a month. Okay, plus a one-time setup fee of $99, and it gets you listed into about 70 plus directory listings. Okay, and for those of you guys who have ever ran an Insta report, you can easily go to Agency Tools. Okay, you can go to Insta reports, and this is where, like, okay, I used a tool to create a product to be able to sell to you, Insights, right? Then I'm using another tool. Okay, I'm using another tool. I'll just give you the sample report, right? I'm using another tool now to show you exactly where your listings are, right? Because it would be unfair for me to sell you something if what I'm selling you is not really what you need. Like if you're crushing it in directory listings, there's no point in me to sell you directory listings. I'd rather just move up the value ladder, okay? And I'd rather sell you social media, or I'd rather sell you SEO. I'd rather kind of swing up that value ladder. But I can tell you, if you use Insta reports inside of DashClicks and you run a report on a business, you'll see that most businesses actually fail with directory listings. And the problem is that local businesses actually need this to survive, especially brick and mortar stores. So if you're talking about If your niches are restaurants, med spas, barbershops, salon, like any brick and mortar store, this is huge for them. Even service industries, right? Because a lot of them will have offices, or they'll use their home as an office, right? But it's a way for them to actually get people to find them online. And you as a marketing agency or a consultant or whatever it is that you want to call yourself, you as a person selling digital marketing services, it's your job to actually go out and make sure that they're going to get results, okay? So to come in here, run a quick Insta report for the person and say, hey, by the way, Bobby, so now imagine you're on that phone call, right? You're on number 2, you're on that phone call 7 days later. You say, hey, Bobby, I hope everything's doing great with your website. Okay, great, everything's running good, your website's up, great, awesome, you love it, phenomenal. By the way, Bobby, we got a promo going on right now. It's directory listings, and what I did was I actually went ahead and ran a complimentary report. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick, or let me give you the Zoom code so you can just jump into a meeting with me really quick. I want to share my screen and show you what I found, and I think that this product would be really good for your business, because right now you have a 60% accuracy score, right? And you can see that a lot of information here is inaccurate. You got the wrong phone number on places, you got the wrong hours of operations, you got the wrong address, right? And all of these listings are all inaccurate. So what we're going to do with this directory listings program is we are going to sync up all your directory listings. We're going to get you listed into the ones that you're not listed in. We're going to fix the ones that are not fixed, and we're going to optimize all of them from A to Z. Okay? We're going to make sure that you have a good public profile, so when somebody's going and searching for a plumber in Chicago, or if somebody's going and searching for a roofer in Miami, Florida on Yelp, that they're going to be able to find you. Or on Google Business Listing, they're going to be able to find you. Or on Bing Local Listing, they're going to be able to find you. On 411, they're going to be able to find you, right? Because this is where consumers go to find businesses, right? This is another outlet. And obviously we see that you have issues, right? Right? We see that you have issues, and here's my solution to fix it. Number 2, directory listings. Okay? Number 2, directory listings. Okay? Then I would swing back over, right? And you can use this to your advantage. I mean, customize this however you want, guys. This is the way that we did it, right? If listings wasn't a good fit for them, I'd push them up to social media, right? Or if they were ready to take a bigger leap of faith with me, okay, then what I would do is I would actually go straight to SEO. This is my favorite one, because SEO actually includes directory listings inside of it, right? And it's a higher price point. But I've already earned my respect because I sold them number 1. And by respect, let's go front face really quick so most of you guys understand what this is, okay? When I run your credit card as a customer, has anybody ever bought anything from DashClicks? Drop a number 1 in the chat. Anybody ever bought anything from DashClicks? Whether it was a course, whether it was a tool, fulfillment. Yeah, a lot of you guys have. You guys can all see the chat blasting. Now, those same people that drop a number 1 in the chat, okay? Do you guys trust me? Do you guys trust our company, DashClicks? Can you drop a number 2 in the chat if you trust this? Okay? Yep. 2's across this board. I earned that trust, by the way. I earned that because I provided value. Right? Maybe you watched some content or you came in from a friend. Whatever it was, us as a company, we earned that trust. Why? Because I ran your credit card 1 time. Okay? You are now my customer. Those of you guys who dropped a number 1 in the chat and number 2 in the chat, you guys are my customers. And it's my responsibility to earn your trust and make sure that you love us, make sure that you love our company, and make sure that you want to buy more from us, because us as a business, that's how we grow, right? We're not hiding that. Right? That's just general business ethics, right? Now, how many of you guys who dropped a number 1 and a 2, how many of you guys would buy from us again? Drop a number 3. If the offer was right and the money was there, how many of you guys would buy from us again? Right? Drop a number 3 in the chat. Okay? So you see what happens, guys? It's a trend. The same people who dropped in a number 1, dropped the number 2. The same people who dropped the number 2, dropped the number 3, right? I've earned that trust. I've earned your respect for you to go out and buy again from me. So now when I come back to you in a week and say, hey, by the way, this could really help your business, you might, depending on the situation, right? You're never going to get a 100% conversion rate, but you're a lot more likely to make a buying decision then. All right? Now, how many of you guys right now, can we go P&P real quick? How many of you guys right now, if I said, hey, I would love to run an SEO campaign for your agency, I'd love to get you guys listed in 70+ directories, Okay, I'd love to get your website ranked, so if somebody types in web design in your location, SEO company in your location, PPC company in your location, I'm going to get you ranked. Plus, I'm going to add some content. I'm going to do a custom blog article on your website every week. It's going to be $699 a month. There's no contract. It's a $199 setup fee. We just go easy way in. How many of you guys would buy that? Drop a number 4 in the chat. How many of you guys would buy that? Drop a number 4 in the chat. Okay, bunch of you guys dropped the number 4 in the chat. Carlos, can you drop the banner below? Now's your chance, people. Go ahead. Now's your chance. Take 50% off. It's a promo. DC 50, 50% off. So now you're going to get that for $350 for the first month, and you're going to pay $100 for your setup fee. Okay? And you're going to get a whole SEO campaign. How many of you guys are going to go buy that right now? Drop number 5 in the chat. Okay? Not expecting you guys to go buy that, but what I am saying is the concept of what we're doing here, right? So I got one conversion out of that. There are a couple conversions out of that, okay? Once again, you're never going to get a 100% conversion rate. Not 100% of the people who bought number 1 on this list are going to buy number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But the whole concept of a value ladder is to keep pushing people up. Is to keep pushing people up the value ladder so that way you can make a small amount of money, earn their trust. Now when you go and you want to swipe that credit card again or you want to make that sale again, there's no guard gate. There's nothing in front of you holding them back from saying no. Most rebuttals, and go front face with me real quick, most rebuttals, okay, are geared towards 2 different things in sales. Okay? First, it's always a money issue. I don't have money for it. I'm just not quite ready for that commitment, right? The money's not right there for me. It's too expensive for me. How many of you guys heard that? Say yes in the chat. How many of you guys have heard that before when you're doing a sales pitch? Oh, it's just too expensive for me, right? I just can't do that right now, right? Or the second type of rebuttal you get is anything else other than that, okay? And if you get anything else other than that, they don't trust you and they don't believe in your product, okay? If you get anything else other than a price rebuttal, they do not trust you and they do not believe in your product, right? Now, if you've bought something from me before, you trust me and you obviously believe in my product, so when I go and I sell you something again, I get a higher chance in selling you that something, okay? And what we realized was we had to learn that the hard way. Like, guys, I've been open for almost, what is it, September, September 2009. We opened our agency, social agency. I've been doing this for a while. Okay, I've had to literally do a shit ton of trial and error in order to figure this out, and I figured it out. I'm telling you guys this right now, and I want you to take my advice if you're here on this call. You need to sell a product that allows people to come in quick and then upsell them from there. You're not going to become a millionaire up front, but you're going to build the most stable agency and the best customer base you will ever have in your life. Versus selling somebody Facebook ads for $2K, them churning out 3 months later, and then you back with your hands in your pocket trying to figure out how to pick up another client because you only closed 1 client that month because it's really hard to close a $2K a month deal. Okay? Can I get an amen? Say yes in the chat. Say yes in the chat. Let's go, people. We got to make some noise. Bring it up a little bit. Say yes in the chat. All right, guys, so I hope you guys are feeling the vibes. I hope you guys understand the importance of this. And I'm going loud because I want this to sink through in your head. Like, this is a big thing. This was a big shift for our agency, okay? So we went through number 1, get a low barrier entry product. We went through number 2, which is using a value ladder. Go P&P for me real quick, Carlos. Number 3, guys. Number 3, sell recurring services. Always sell recurring services. Always sell recurring services. Always sell something that gets you paid every single month. Never sell something that gets you paid once. Always sell recurring services. This was like the biggest. Okay, let's go front face really quick. I want to tell you guys a short little story so you can understand what I'm doing with this, okay? I opened in 2009. From 2009 to probably like 2013, like maybe like 4 years, 3 or 4 years-ish, I basically made shit for my agency because I was selling one-off services, okay? I was selling graphic design services, okay? One time, somebody comes, they buy a business card design from me, great. I designed them a flyer. I used to be a graphic designer back in the day, okay? That's how I got started, okay? go out, they buy a flyer from me. I used to sell websites, one-off websites. No hosting, no nothing. Just a sell design for a website. Great. Somebody would pay me $1,000. I'd build them a website. It'd be done. I'd never see them again. I used to sell printing. Okay? Somebody used to come, buy business cards, buy flyers, buy brochures one time. Next time they run out of business cards, like 4 years later, they would call me. Do you understand how difficult it is to try to acquire new customers every month over and over? Imagine trying to acquire the same customer every single month over and over and over and over. It is literally the wall that holds you back from scaling. You cannot scale that way. It's impossible, okay? In fact, I actually feel really bad for companies that don't have a recurring-based business model. Luckily for us, you're in a digital marketing space, which means you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to go out, get paid every single month for a service. Every single month, like clockwork. Okay, if somebody buys something from you on the 4th, you're gonna bill them on the 4th every single month. Okay, go P&P real quick. Every single one of these services have a recurring fee attached to it. You see that first line, you see where it says number 1 website? Right under that line, what does it say? $49/month. You're paying me monthly. Listings, you're paying me monthly. Social media, you're paying me monthly. SEO, you're paying me monthly. PPC, you're paying me monthly. Software, you're paying me monthly. Do you understand the importance of what it is to make sure to get your clients on a monthly recurring subscription? It's the biggest game changer. It allowed us to go from doing $50K a year to $1 million a year in sales within just a couple of short years, okay? Because we were able to stack, okay? And I want to draw this out for those of you guys who do not understand the stacking method, okay? Let's go P&P real quick. And we are already in P&P, great. All right, let me go get a new sheet going here. Okay. Let me draw this out for you guys, okay? Here's 1 month, okay? This is 1 month of somebody not selling recurring services. Here's another month, okay, of somebody selling recurring services. You sell 3 clients in that month. Great. You sell 3 clients in this month. Great. These 3 clients will continue to pay you. These 3 will not. This guy is the winner and can scale his business faster. This is probably the most mathematical diagram, the craziest diagram that I've ever created since I've been here at DashClicks. But I want everybody to understand the importance of it, so I physically drew it out for you, and what is on the screen right now does not look right. And I'm just going to get past that right now. Does everybody understand this before I move forward to number 4? Can you guys drop a number 2 in the chat for me really quick? To make sure that everybody understands how important it is to only sell recurring services and nothing else but that. Nothing else but that goes into your system, goes into your Stripe, goes into your QuickBooks. Nothing. Recurring services only are allowed in your system. Nothing else is allowed. Okay? Cool. All right, let's go to number 4. Let's go front face real quick. Actually, I'm going to drive Carl's crazy. Let's go back P&P. Okay, cool. I'm going to go back to this really quick. Number 4, offer promotional prices. Offer promotional prices. And offer it for longer term contracts. Okay? Everything you see on here is always on sale. That $49 a month and that $199 a month, that $49 a month is usually $79 a month. That $199 a month is usually $299. Therefore, you now get it at a promotional rate of $49 a month and a $199 one-time setup fee. How many of you guys feel better right now that you're getting a deal? Drop number 3 in the chat. How many of you guys, if there was literally next to that $49 a month, if on top of that it said $79 a month and it was crossed off in red, and then now it's $49 a month. How many of you guys go shopping on Black Friday and literally tent up in front of a Walmart to save $3 on a $500 TV? Okay? Because you're getting a deal. People love deals, no matter what you do. People absolutely love deals. They are in love with saving money. They are in love with promotions. So if you can pitch your core offer, okay? If you can pitch your core offer in a way where you can actually make everything always on promotion, you will actually sell more. But there's a strategic way to do it, okay? Somebody said the audio cut out. Number 4 okay? Number 4 is we want to make sure everybody heard, okay? Number 4 is actually making sure that your offers, any offer that you make, was on promotion. It's always on promo. It's always on sale, okay? So bring it up and then bring it back down on sale, okay, to your regular price if that's what you want to do. Or really make it on sale. Give them a discount, okay? So the strategic way to do it is say, hey, okay, I sold you a website. That's fine and dandy. Let's go to number 2. I call you back in a week. We'll use the same method we used before. I want to sell you directory listings, okay? Now, my directory listings are usually $399 per month. And it's usually a setup fee of $199, okay, a one-time setup fee. What I'd like to do, Bobby, because you already bought a website from us, now I'm going back, right, because I'm on an upsell call, I'm going back. Because you already bought a website from us, what I would actually like to do is give you a discount and get that price down for you. So if you can sign a 6-month commitment from us, okay, which is something that we think is a good idea anyways because it takes some time to get results in marketing. Nothing is instant, right? So if you can sign a 6-month commitment with us, I can get you that deal at $199 a month instead of $399 a month. And I'll also cut your setup fee in half from $199 to $99. Okay, but that's going to be a 6-month commitment. You see what I just did there? Okay, all you really did is you shifted over, you created a promo, shifted back, and then you just tagged on now a contract. Now this sale that you're doing is getting you 6 months of revenue guaranteed, okay, versus 1 month. And you really did nothing. You just positioned the offer in a different way, okay? Once again, guys, the title of this webinar is to show you guys 10 fast things that you can do right now in your agency to get more revenue, okay? The first 4 things, everything I'm going to tell you on this list, there's nothing crazy that you have to do. It's just small little shifts in your sales and in your marketing tactics. That's it, small shifts, okay, to make this work. Does everybody understand that? Can I get a 3 in the chat if that makes sense to you? 3 in the chat if that makes sense. Make sure I have everybody on board here. Good. All right, cool. Now we're going to go to number 5, and it's talking about building a sales team, fronters and closers, okay? Most people are like, Chad, what's fronters? Fronters is an appointment setter. Those are the guys who set your appointments up on your calendar, okay? Once you start building a real sales team, okay, and in our agency, you know, we obviously had a big operation in our agency. We had an actual call center where we had about 20 people, and it was kind of a hybrid of an appointment setters and then actual closers. So people actually going out and making phone calls, right, and booking appointments for the sales rep's calendar, right, and the sales rep's jumping on the call and actually selling the website. So that was our approach, right? I'm going to draw that out for you really quick so you can understand what we were doing. Okay, so pretty simple. All right, so step number 1, we would literally have a fronter, which is what we called it. Okay, we would have a fronter making phone calls all day, okay, and this is a phone, all right? We would have a fronter making dials all day, okay, and that dial was literally to book a call, right? So here, what would happen right here is interest. It's interest, right? All they would do is get interest, so that way my top paying sales reps don't have to get that interest on their own. So my fronters, right here, their job is to gain the interest of somebody. So they would call somebody, and they would say, hey, Bobby, super excited to be speaking to you today. Just wanted to give you a heads up that I went ahead and created a custom website for you. And I would love to show you what that website looks like. It's about a 25-page website. It's already done. It's got all your company information on it. Our web team went out and built the whole site for you. I would love to show you what this website looks like. Do you think that that's something that you would be interested in? Now, I know you already have a website, Bobby, and I already start hitting, you know, this is where you come in to train your fronters, right? Somebody has a website, go this way. If somebody doesn't have a website, go this way, left or right, right? Now, I know you already have a website, right, and you're crushing a rebuttal right there, all right? You're crushing an objection right there. I know you already have a website, but I would really love for you to see this brand new website that I built for you. I think it's really going to crush your current website that you have. It's going to be faster. It's going to be better. It's going to rank faster online. If you're running PPC campaigns, man, the load times are crazy. I'd love for you to check this out. This was this guy's job right here, this guy or gal. This is what they would do. You know what? All right, that's fine. Go ahead, book me. Let me see what it looks like. Okay, great. What I'd like to do, Bobby, is I'd love to get you on a phone call with one of our sales reps who can actually go through the process. They'll demo the website for you. They'll walk you through the whole process. And if it's a good fit, they'll let you know how much it is at the end of the call. Right? And that pitch can go anyway. You can change it up. I'm just using this as an example for you. But what did I do here? All I did was gain interest of somebody who was willing to buy. I got somebody who put up their hand that said, yes, I'm interested in this product or service. I would like more information. And what they would do is they would go right here on a calendar, okay? And yes, this is a calendar. This is not a jail cell, okay? And they would go right here and they would book a call. Okay, great. Tuesday at 3:30. All right, good. You're going to be speaking to John from our sales department. He's going to go through and demo everything for me. He got you booked up here. Great. John comes in Tuesday at 9 a.m. or whatever call that was. He goes in and he tries to sell them that website. That website for $199. That's it. Small plus $49 a month. I want to get that monthly in there. Okay. $199 one-time setup fee. $49 a month. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make a little bit of cash right here. Okay, and what he's trying to do really, and most importantly, is to pick up a new customer, because this is the most important thing that we want in our business. We want to be able to look in our CRM system at the end of the month and say, holy freaking shit, I don't have 4 customers that I can call and try to upsell. I got 1,000 in my book of business. And at any point, if one of these big time customers, one of these whales wants to drop their account on me, I'm not screwed. I got 1,000 of these guys that I can call and literally upsell right now today and make some money. How many people ever heard the term, the money is in your list? Okay? Say, yeah, or actually, let's drop a number 5 in the chat. How many people have ever heard that? The money is in the list. What do you think that means, guys? It could be an email list. It could be your following on Instagram or social media, whatever it is. It's your customer list, right? Whatever it is, these people, they go on your list of people who will buy from you. The bigger your list gets, the more money or the more chances you have at making money. Okay? I had to put this in logical sense. Does that make sense, everybody? Drop a number 1 in the chat. That makes sense, everybody? I hope it does. Okay? So really what you want to do, guys, is you want to build a sales team, fronter and closer. All right, what you want to do, the secret here, and this is what we've done in our agency, is about 2, depending on your sales rep and how good they are, you want to have about 2 to 3 appointment setters for every one sales rep you have. So usually if you're really good and you got good fronters, you can stick right here. You get about 2 fronters that'll book for 1 sales rep, okay? 2 fronters that will book for 1 sales rep, to keep 1 sales rep busy full time. Okay, that's kind of where you want to be at. That's a sexy spot right there. All right, now we're going to go. So everything that we spoke about, I'm going to recap real quick. We spoke about 5 things so far. We got 5 left. Okay, hang out until the end for me, guys. I got something cool for you. All right, so 5 things we spoke about so far was number one, most important, start with a low barrier entry product. Number 2, use the value ladder, upsell, downsell. Number 3, sell recurring services. Number 4, offer discounts contingent on long-term contracts. Number 5, build a sales team, fronters and closers. Okay? Now, here, we're going to go into number 6 here, and this is going to be a big wow factor for you guys. Okay? Most of you guys are like, Chad, you're crazy for even talking about this, because this is not what we want to talk about, right? So 1 through 5, okay, 1 through 5, okay, was based on sales. Now, I know most of you guys are dirty sales reps, okay, and you love making money, and all you're focused on is just making more sales and piling in more customers, right? And that's how you think what's going to happen is, I'm just going to keep making sales and my business is going to grow. How many of you guys think that? Shit, if I can just keep making sales, my business will continue to grow no matter what. Drop a number 3 in the chat. If that's your mentality right now, man, I'm just going to make a sale a day, it's over. I'm going to be the richest man in the world, okay? I'm a sales rep. All right? Here's a news flash for you. That is not the case, okay? Because, guys, what happens, and I'll use an example here, what happens if you sell 5 customers a month, okay? So in month one you sold 5 customers, and then at the end of that month, you lost all 5 customers. You are now back to square one. Okay, this is called churn. Okay, this is called churn. This is the ratio of how many customers you're losing on average. It's calculated on a 30-day spread, right? So if I had 5 customers, okay, and I lost 5 customers 30 days later, I get a 100% churn rate. 100% of my customers are churning out every single month, okay? If I had 5 customers in month 1 and I lost 1 customer, I have a 20% churn rate, okay? The goal is not just to make sales. This is not the way to think when you have a business. That is not the goal of making money or operating a business properly. Okay, what you want to focus on is how do I decrease churn. Now, if you understand this now, okay, this is going to save you a shit ton of cash, and it's going to increase your business a lot. Because if you never lose any customers, and you are the best salesperson in the world, you will have the best and most booming business that you can ever imagine. Okay, because that means that every customer comes in, never comes out. And the more customers you get in, you're just stacking. Stack 1 customer, 2 customer, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 years later, you got thousands of customers, okay? And your churn rate is like 5%. Okay? How many people here know what an average churn rate is for a business in the marketing space? How many people here know what that is? Go ahead and drop that percentage number below if you think you know what it is. What's a good churn rate? Where should you be at? Some of you guys like, Chad, this is really high level stuff. I don't have any customers yet. This is not something that I really want to focus on. I want to just focus on 1 through 5. Yeah, well, if you don't focus on 6 through 10, you can say hasta la vista to 1 through 5. Okay, because it's going to keep churning out, okay? So usually they'll say for normal businesses, average churn rate is about 3 to 5%, okay? In marketing agencies, it's a little bit higher than that, right? Because for some reason, people like to just come in and out of marketing campaigns. So you'll churn out a little bit higher than that, maybe 10%, right? A little bit higher than that. That's pretty average and that's pretty normal. That's where you want to be. So if you have customers, if you could just take the customers you had at the beginning of the month and and minus the customers you lost at the end of the 30 days and get that churn rate, right? Get right here. You'll kind of see how your business is doing, right? If you have a 30% churn rate or a 60% churn rate, you're not doing good. Okay, I don't care how many customers you get. You're just burning and turning customers. That's really what that means. So the next 5 things is going to talk about, well, how do we lower our churn rate? Okay? How many of you guys want to hear how to lower churn rate based on actual statistics and things that we've done to our thousands of customers to lower churn rate? Drop a number 1 in the chat while I sit here and sip on a Monster. Drop a number 1 in the chat. We'll give it that awkward silence for a couple of seconds, and then we'll get started. Carlos, can you play the Jeopardy music, please? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Hey, by the way, guys, for those of you guys coming in and out, real quick, before I get to the second half of this bad boy, 6 through 10, which is actually more important than sales, okay? So don't be that person to be like, oh, I got everything I needed and I'm leaving, right? Because then you're going to go out of business and then you're going to come back to me and say, Chad, I did 1 through 5 and I crushed it. Well, you didn't do 6 through 10, okay? And that's your fault, all right? But what I want you guys to focus on right now for the next 15 seconds is I'm going to drop a banner right here below. Okay, for those of you guys who have not seen it yet, I'm hooking everybody up for taking the time to come on this webinar and listen to me. I'm going to give you guys 50% off of everything in DashClicks. You just take this coupon code right here. Let me see it really quick. It's right here, right? Yeah, right down there. Okay, 50% off everything in DashClicks, DC50. Really easy, you can't forget it. It's 4 syllables and letters and numbers, whatever it is. DC50, you go add anything to the cart in DashClicks, Insta sites, Insta report, agency website, fulfillment for yourself, fulfillment for a client, whatever you want. Go in there, add it to your cart, check out. You can use that coupon code 1,000 times by the end of today. It expires tonight at 11:59 p.m. EST, which is in about, I don't know, like 12 hours-ish, maybe less, like 10 hours. Okay? So this is just for people who are on the webinar. We're not sending an email blast out with this. We're not posting this anywhere on Facebook, okay? This is just for you guys here dedicated time to hang out with us today. DC50, huge discount, 50% off everything in DashClicks. Hit me with the side cam camera so I can give them the big CTA here. bang. Okay, that's what you need to do. You just need to go into your DashClicks store, add whatever it is you want to the cart, bang, 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 put DC50, apply the coupon code. It will literally take 50% off of your entire shopping cart, checkout, done, DC550, and then go on Facebook and say, Chad, I love you for hooking us up on the webinar. Let's go back P&P. All right, now that is out of the way, let's go 6 through 10. Okay, let's go 6 through 10. Okay, let's go front face real quick. Carlos is losing it. You're losing it back there on the 1s and 2s. All right, most of you guys don't see, but Carlos is right behind me on the camera straight ahead, and every time he goes to get his drink, I switch cameras really quick, and I'm like, 2, 3 things, he's got to stop doing what he's doing and get his hands up. Anyways, just having some fun here in the studio, guys. Thomas said, Chad, absolutely love this training. Thomas, we're halfway there, my brother. We're not even there yet, but I appreciate you and I love you. All right? So, guys, 6 through 10. Number 6. Number 6. And yes, I'm looking at my paper because it's hard shit to remember, okay, because it's important stuff. Okay? Over-deliver during the first customer interaction. I'm going to repeat this really quick for those of you guys who do not get it the first time around. Deliver during the first customer interaction, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? How many of you guys have bought something and dependent on your first purchase with that vendor or person or whatever it is that you're buying from, that will actually make you think about making the next purchase? How many of you guys buy on Amazon? Put a number 1 in the chat. How many of you guys think it's so cool and so quick that you can literally just go, add something to your cart, check out, and not worry about it showing up to your door, right? If your box is going to get robbed, if the package comes and it's going to suck and you get that refund, right? You need that refund. They just were like, oh, just keep the product and we'll refund you the money anyways, right? How many of you guys love that about Amazon, right? Right? Because Amazon focuses on the customer. They focus on the customer first. They focus on making the best first impression on you as a customer. And that's what we need to do as businesses, okay? And it's not an easy thing to do, unfortunately. But we need to put some focus on it, right? If I can give you, the customer, the best thing, the best product, the best customer service, the best, when I call you a week later and I go for that upsell, you are more likely to buy from me versus you not having good customer service, versus you not getting a good quality product, versus you not getting this and not getting that, and you're like, ah. How many guys have bought something and you're like, dude, I'm never buying from this freaking guy again. This was the worst experience ever, and I'm going to write a review on Google because I'm so frustrated. Drop a number 2 in the chat if that's happened to you before. How many of you guys would go buy from that person again? Dumb question, right? Well, it's logical. Most of the things that I say here on this, these are logical things, and this is the way that I want you to think, because we are in a world where humans live, and humans have minds, and people will buy or not buy for very basic reasons. Okay, so I want you to make sure that your first experience with this customer is phenomenal. Okay, to the point where he jumps through the phone and wants to give you a kiss on your lips. Okay? And why am I telling you that? P&P real quick, Carlos. P&P. I saw you sipping on the monster. Let's go P&P. Okay. The website, number 1 here. Number 1, website. I know for damn sure that if I deliver somebody a website that's like 30 pages, fully ready to go, okay, and literally it only takes about 5 minutes to activate it into the site. You just point the DNS records over. So I can literally give him something amazing. I can give it to him or her fast, okay? And I can make sure that the product is great and the customer service is great. I can do all of these things with number 1. I can do all of these things with number 1. Now here's where it gets tricky. When you go up the ladder here, you start going to like 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're getting into a little bit of complex zones here. How many of you guys have ran an SEO campaign or a PPC campaign, right? And the guy or girl calls you back, the business owner, like, oh, we're just not seeing enough. We don't get enough leads. We're not getting enough business, right? Drop a number 3 in the chat, right? It's very unlikely that that will happen with a website. You know why? Because they've seen the product before they've even purchased it. With PPC and SEO, that stuff doesn't happen. They're paying you with hopes, right? That's why number 1 was always our barrier entry product. There's a lot more psychology that goes into this. Average churn for a website. What's the average churn for a website, and not percentage? What's the average retention rate? Excuse me. What's the average retention rate on someone buying a website from you? How many years will they stay with you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many years will they stay with you? Go ahead, drop it in the chat. I'll name you so you look cool when you're on a webinar. Your name will be there. Okay? John Medina says 3. Thomas Peach says 7. Joanne says 7. John says 3 to 5 years. Frank says 3 years. Will Ding says 4. Nathan said 6 years. Leslie said 10 years. Isn't it? Look at the psychological thing. Now I'm like, I'm going to say your name live on the webinar. Now everybody wants to start talking, right? Okay, but you guys can see the chat. You get the point here. Okay? Studies have actually shown that people who buy websites, right, average retention rate is 7 years. 7 years. So if you sell somebody package number 1, now this is not, please don't be that person to go post on the Facebook group and be like, Chad, I sold somebody a website and then we lost them 3 months later. What you said on your webinar was a complete lie. These are average statistical measures, okay, and studies that have shown that 7 years somebody will stay with a vendor for their website. That is insane, okay? Most people can't keep a Facebook ads campaign running for more than 30 days. 7 years for a website, right? Imagine if I got that narrow bucket and I'm just shoveling people in with my my least barrier entry product, my really cheap product for them to come in, right? And I got the funnel open, right? I'm narrowed out the whole, I'm wide, I'm sorry, not narrow. I'm widened out, right? And I got all these people just shoveling all these websites in. Chances are they're going to stay with me for about 7 years. Okay? Why do people cancel their website? I can tell you why. This is a trick question. Okay? Actually, a rhetorical question. I take that back. It's not a trick question. It's a rhetorical question. Why do people cancel their website? Hit me on the side, Cam Carlos. I'm going to tell them how it is. Why do people cancel their website, people? Number 1, they go out of business, which happens a lot. Okay? Number 2, they can't afford it anymore. Very unlikely when somebody's paying like $50 a month. Okay? Number 3, they get a new website, which most likely you will sell them. Okay? So what I'm saying is the chances that somebody will get rid of their website are way more unlikely, front face here for me, are way more unlikely than somebody canceling their Facebook ads campaign or SEO campaign, right? Once again, that's why I go back to the value ladder approach. P&P real quick. Number one is very important. That's why it's also the first thing on this list. Remember I told you at the beginning of this webinar, I said I'm going to list the top 10 things to make your agency more money the fastest. Okay, and the first thing that I said on the list is core barrier entry product. Number 1, sell website. Okay, whether it's an Insta site, I don't know why the hell you guys wouldn't want to sell an Insta site. If you want to just build custom websites all day, then that's fine. Or you just go freaking sell an Insta site and just be done with it in 6 seconds, okay? But you can choose and do whatever you want. And if you do choose Insta sites, what I would like to do is drop a banner here below, okay? Because that will get you 50% off of anything in DashClicks for the next 10 hours. Okay, that coupon code expires tonight, DC50. Great, we'll take that off. Now we're going to go down on to number 7. Okay? And this is another big one. Educate people on the services you sold them. Okay, let me go front face real quick so people understand what that means. Okay? How many people buy, and I'm going to use a really complex service here. How many people buy SEO from you but know nothing about SEO or know very minimal about SEO? Drop a number 2 in the chat. How many people buy SEO from you but know nothing about SEO? And if it's not SEO, it's a product from you. How many people buy a product from you and don't really know about that product too much? They're expecting you to be their savior, to come in and save them and rescue them. Say me in the chat below. Okay? Biggest thing here is if you don't educate somebody, if you do not educate somebody, not by that somebody I mean your customer, if you do not educate your customer on what it is that they're buying, they will churn out faster. If you, and I'll give you an example, okay? So yeah, you can come in and buy SEO from us, you know, for SEO, and I'm going to be the sleazy salesperson here, okay? By SEO, you know, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get your website ranked, and then they start throwing in these random guarantees. I'm going to get your website ranked within the next 6 hours. If you sign in the contract, you're going to be number 1 for plumbing, okay? And everybody's going to start clicking on your website, and people are going to start buying. And it's going to be crazy. It's going to be so crazy that you're going to call me in 12 hours and say that I'm a genius for doing this in 6, okay? That's not the way to sell SEO. Unfortunately, okay? Versus educating the customer and saying, hey, yeah, this is what SEO is. This is how SEO works, okay? What we got to do is we got to go and we got to optimize your website. And yes, it's going to take time. It's not a quick thing, right? We set proper expectations along the way, right? It's going to take time, and what we do is we basically go and adding content adds value to your website, right? And adding keywords on the page and making sure we restructure your website so it fits Google algorithms properly, right? To get you that little +1s, right, in your SEO reports, on the ranking report, right? So like going and actually explaining these things to the customer, what happens is they understand the process. They understand the product, right? And at the end of that, if you can get a check mark there, you're going to have that customer for a long time because they understood everything. They understood everything that you told them about that product, okay? Let's go on to the next one, number 8. Number 8. How are you guys currently onboarding new customers? Drop it in the chat. I want to know. And yes, I will say your name here on a live webinar. How many of you guys, how are you guys currently onboarding your customers? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. All right, John said Zoom. Live onboarding. Rand said Zoom. Who else? Unless the rest of you guys just don't have any customers or you've never onboarded a customer, that's totally fine too. Okay, or you're shy. Okay, and that's what it might be. You might be shy. It's okay to be friendly here. I will not bite you, and you are on Zoom. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody will ever see you again. You can speak up. This is now your time, okay? Somebody said onboarding forms, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, kickoff call. All right, cool. A bunch of different ways. Here's how we onboard at DashClicks. PMP real quick for me, really quick. Bang. Purchase a service. Send an onboarding form. Customer comes in. They get this form. They fill it out. Bang. Right. They start answering all these questions. Go to business information. They put in all their business information. They go to add copy questions, they put in this, competitors, they put in their competitors, talk about scheduling. You can do this with your customer, you can do this without your customer, your customer can do it on your own. They click submit, and that's it. The onboarding is done. It's seamless. It's easy. It's organized, okay? It's a way for you. What is an onboarding? I mean, onboarding is usually you're collecting information and you're setting something up, right? That's kind of like what onboarding really is, right? And yeah, doing a Zoom call is great. I'm not saying you should not do that. You should do that. But how are you collecting that information, right? How are you collecting that information, right? Well, here at DashClicks, our way of collecting information is, well, we're going to send you a form. It's going to be in a form of an email. It'll be white labeled if obviously you guys are doing that. Okay, it'll have all your information on it and your agency's branding. And the customer will get that form. They just click on the big button there that says start onboarding. They get here in their dashboard with your information all over it. It's all white labeled and beautiful. And they fill out a form. Takes them 5 or 10 minutes to fill out that form. They click submit. You get the onboarding form. You get notified that they completed. We get the onboarding form because we're doing the fulfillment for you. We get notified they're completed. And everybody just starts working. And it's that simple. Oh, and guess what? How many times have you guys been on a call with somebody, okay? And you're like, hey, by the way, did you get the onboarding forms? You filled the onboarding forms, 2 days go by. Hey, by the way, when you get a sec, can you go ahead and fill out that onboarding form? Or we can schedule an onboarding call. Oh, by the way, yeah, that onboarding form I sent to you like 3 weeks ago. Can you fill out that onboarding form so we can get started? How many of you guys have been through that? Drop a number 2 in the chat really quick. If that's you. If you've had that happen to you before. Yeah, it happens a lot, okay? Business owners, they get busy. Business owners, they forget. Business owners don't know what they ate in the morning for breakfast, okay? What I'm trying to say is we make it even easier. If somebody doesn't fill out their onboarding form, we send them a reminder email every morning at 9 a.m. EST. Or actually 9 a.m. their time, okay? Every morning. Hey, it's me here, Chad from Social Agency, or it's me, Rayanne from my agency. Just want to let you know, forgot to fill out this handy dandy onboarding document. We're waiting for it. We can't do anything until we get started because we need the credentials to your website. Or we need the credentials to this page, right? Or we need to know what you want to run a campaign on or what your offer, right? We need this information to get started. We stressed on what we realized is before we had that feature inside of DashClicks, okay, what we realized is our average turnaround time for onboardings was like 2 to 3 weeks, okay? You know what it is now? Who wants to take a guess by implementing this feature into DashClicks? Who wants to know what our average onboarding completion is? Yeah. It simmers between about, you guys are really on point. It simmers between like 2 to 3 days. Okay? Usually about on the 2-day side. Takes about 48 hours. And it's also completely automated. Right? So it leaves you with just that hands-off approach and just, hey, I'm going to go ahead and, or even your salesperson can do it. Right? Hey, by the way, at the end of this call, I'm going to go ahead and send you out some onboarding docs. You get a quick email with a button. Just go ahead and fill that out for me really quick. Right? Making sure that onboarding experience in the service industry, it's really, really important. Not only that, I would couple that with definitely a Zoom call. Okay? So I'll throw that in there too. Number 9, increase communication with your customers. This will lower churn like crazy. Increase communication with your clients. Most agencies will not speak to their clients for weeks or months. And then the clients come in and are like, well, what's going on with my campaign? I haven't gotten good quality leads in like 6 months. I haven't heard from anybody from your team in decades. You guys just keep billing my credit card every single month. I don't even know what's going on with my campaign. I can't believe this is happening. What's on my website is wrong. Hey, who put this phone number on my directory listings? It's been like that for 9.5 months. Anybody ever get anything like that? Right? It's craziness, right? Why? Why go through all of that? It's insanity. Well, if you just called your customer like once a week or once every 2 weeks, that would never happen. Or if you just emailed your customer once every 2 weeks, usually it's pretty good, right? Twice a month. Just say, hey, by the way, just want to give you a heads up, Bobby. This is currently what's happening in your account. This is what we did in the last 2 weeks, right? Or even a 30-day update maybe would be nice, right? This is what we did in the last 30 days, and this is what we're going to be doing in the next 30 days. Okay, here's a rankings report. Here's what's going on with your website. Here's how your website's been ranking the last 30 days. And these are the things we expect to do next month to optimize your website, right? To make sure that we can rank for those things and continue that progress. Speaking with your customers, guys, is so important. I can't stress it enough. I just can't stress it enough, people. All right, we're going to continue going. 10. And one of the most important things. Transparency. Transparency. How many of you guys are not transparent enough with your customers? How many of you guys are just not transparent with your customers? You don't send them any reporting. There's nowhere for them to log into their dashboards to see their reporting or what's going on with their campaigns, right? There's just like, I ran your credit card and take a hike, right? And it's unfortunate to say, but I see that happening a lot in the agency space, and it sucks, okay? Okay, when we built DashClicks, for those of you guys who don't know our story, we started off as a marketing agency, started up in 2009, okay? We built DashClicks as a better way for us to manage our clients for our agency. In fact, we did not build DashClicks for you. I know it's crazy to say, I'm standing here in front of all my customers saying, hey, we didn't build this platform for you, we built it for us. But then we realized it was really good for you too, so we let you guys use it as well, and then we realized that that was even a better business model, so we just went with that, right? But what I'm saying is, like you know, we walked your shoes, right? So we understand the importance of it, okay? Transparency is one of the biggest things that you can do. Let's go PMP real quick, okay? If you're selling somebody an SEO campaign, how important do you think that it can be for them to just log in to their dashboard, right, and to see their SEO rankings every single day and what's happening with their campaign? All right. How many of you guys think that it's important if you're running a Google Ads campaign, okay, that it's important for you to see all of your Google Ads metrics and what's happening on your Google Ads accounts and what your ads look like and what keywords are doing good and how much you're spending, right, what your average like. These are the things that not only bring down, okay, these are things that not only bring down the noise, they increase the help for churn rate, okay? They lower churn rate. They lower the noise. Having your customer be able to just drop straight into this dashboard at 3 in the morning when their whole family's sleeping, they're like, what the hell are these guys doing with my marketing campaign? Well, dude, you can just log in whenever you want, 24/7. Here's a link to log in, right? You can see exactly what's happening with your account, right? Where the hell are all my leads? Where's all my damn leads? I'm not getting any phone calls. I'm not getting all my leads. Where's my leads? Let's actually go to demo here. Right? Where are my leads? Our leads are right here, sir. Bobby the Painter. You can come in here 24/7, not only view your leads, If they're phone calls, you can listen to your phone calls. You can see the sources that they're coming in from. You can see everything that's going on with your campaign. You don't need to ask me those lead questions anymore. You do not need me to send you a list of leads every day at the end of my shift, right? It's all right here in the dashboard. You don't need to do that, right? What we realized is this transparency was huge, you guys. We can go through calls, go through listings, right? Their directory listings, right? Their analytics. This was put here on, this was put here obviously on purpose, right? Facebook ads, right? See what campaigns we're running, right? Which ad sets are working the best. We know everything, right? We just go, or I can just be lazy and just go to my dashboard and get a quick overview of exactly what's going on with my business. And I can leave my agency alone. Wouldn't that be cool? How many of you guys like that? Where they could just be like, hey, hands off, just kind of like, do your thing, everything's here for you, right? But still call them. But you don't have to answer the repetitive questions every week. When you're calling them, you're talking to them about new stuff, right? Is that exciting for you? Drop a yes in the chat, people. Drop a yes in the chat if this all makes sense, okay? All right, I want to recap really quick. And then I'm going to ask you guys a question. And then I'll do Q&A with you guys too. We'll have some fun. All right, number 1. Okay, 10 most important things from 1 to 10 to increase sales for your agency. Start making money faster right now without doing anything, just moving a couple things around in your business structure. Okay, number 1, start with a low barrier to entry product. Number 2, use a value ladder approach, upsells and downsells. Number 3, sell recurring services. Number 4, offer discounts on long-term commitments. Number 5, build a real sales team, fronters and closers. Number 6, over-deliver during the first customer interaction so you can lower churn. Number 7, educate people on the services that you sold them so you can lower churn. Number 8, create the easiest onboarding experience, lowering churn, right, and creating a good customer experience. Number 9, increase communication with your customers, lower churn. Number 10, create full transparency on results, the good results and the bad results to lower your churn, okay, to lower your churn. All right, once again, a couple quick announcements. I'm going to do Q&A with you guys, and you guys can fire out any questions you want at me. Once again, number 1, drop that banner here below really quick. 50% off, guys. Anything in DashClicks. This is going to expire here in a couple of hours. It's expiring tonight. I did it for you guys. 50% is a lot for us. We'll probably lose money on these orders, okay? So DC 50, I want you guys to just come into my world. Come into my world, experience what DashClicks is all about if you've never used this before. If you've already used this before, this is going to be some fun for you to either drop in some new clients of yours, right? Or go out and sell some clients before the end of the day, right? And what you can do with this coupon is you can go out and you can buy Insights, get a subscription. If you already have a subscription, you can upgrade to a higher subscription and get that discount too. It'll apply it there and prorate everything for you. That's for Insights. Same thing for Insta Reports. If you don't have an agency website, I don't know what you're doing. You need to go get an agency website. It is fire, okay? So fulfillment services for your agency. So go out and get SEO for your agency. Go out and get Facebook ads for your agency. Start generating leads. Go run a Google Ads campaign. This is the time. 50% off of everything. Everything inside of DashClicks, 50% off. It's insane. Aside from education, because we don't really sell that in DashClicks anymore. It's like a side, right? So 50% off. I'll leave that banner down there for the next couple of minutes. But what I do want to talk to you guys about is one other thing, okay? And then if you guys are dropping in questions, don't worry. I'm going to scroll up here in the chat and I'll answer all your questions. So you can start firing off questions, and I'm going to go down the list here in a second. Okay, so fire all your questions. I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top of the list. I'm going to work my way down really, really fast. We'll do some rapid fire Q&A so everybody can get their questions answered fast. And then I'll stay until the end. We'll do some live questions. If I get to the bottom of that list, we'll have some fun. Okay, but let's go ahead and take that off the bottom really quick. Get that banner out of here. Here's what I want to do. Okay, we haven't offered this service for a long time, but I feel like it's something that we should be advertising, even though we're really not, because we're so focused on everything else in the business, right? We're focused on crushing it for fulfillment for our clients. We're focused on creating the most badass software that comes to date, right? But the most important thing is I realized, guys, did this help you guys? Drop a number 2 in the chat if this helped you guys, right? Drop the number 2 in the chat. Right? Do you feel that for whatever reason that like kind of hanging out with me for this hour was really eye-opening to you? Right? Was it really eye-opening to you? Do you think that you'd like to do this more often with me? Right? Cool. So a lot of you guys said yes. All right, so here's what I'd like to do, okay, if you guys are up for the challenge. All right, we have a program, it's called Dash Elite. All right, and basically it's essentially small group coaching, all right, where I have myself and a bunch of other agencies just like yourself. We do calls like this, private calls like this once a week. There's about maybe 15 people that show up on the call, so it's like you get direct access to me and you get my team and all your questions answered. There's a private Slack channel. You get access to all of our courses. You get free access to Insights and Insta Reports and all that other craziness, right? But here's what I want you to do. Okay, we don't work with everybody. Obviously, you have to be a good fit for the program, all right? And don't worry about payments and stuff like that. We have payment plans and all that stuff. If it's something that really is a good fit for you and you want, I'm not gonna push on you too much, but if it's something that you'd like to do and you want more information on, what I would recommend doing is using this link below, all right? So go to urlme.app/go, okay? And go ahead and schedule a free 30-minute agency breakthrough call with my team, and they'll talk to you a little bit about the program. All right, they'll tell you if it's a good fit for you. They'll tell you any pricing options or questions that you have. They'll walk you through how the whole program works. But essentially, it's like having me in your back pocket, not 24/7 because I do sleep, so I can't lie about that. But a pretty good amount of time, right? Because you get to DM me on Slack whenever you want to, right? And then you obviously get the group and my team and everybody's in there, right? It's just a private coaching, okay, for your agency. Right? So if you've ever hit a wall with anything, if you're like, Chad, I don't know if I should do this, or if this should be my offer, or maybe this should be my offer, or should I push this instead of pushing that, or like, well, how does this work, right? What are the numbers that you're supposed to get when your callers call? Like, all of these things, like I've been through that for the past 11 years, guys. We've sold millions of dollars worth of digital marketing services. You guys know that. Most of you guys have known my story already. All right? If you want to build a team, we can show you how to build a team. We've done that many times, okay? So if it's something that you're interested in, go ahead. This is what I want you to do. Go ahead and go to that URL below, okay? We have limited times available, obviously, because we only have a certain amount of people working this channel here that can actually do these calls with you guys, right? So go ahead and go do that. Go to urlme.app/go, okay? And go ahead and book a call. If you book a call, do me a favor, drop a booked in the chat below, B-O-O-K-E-D. B-O-O-K-E-D, yeah, booked, right? Drop booked in the chat below. Let me know that you went ahead and booked a call so I can expect to be speaking to you guys. I'm super excited about that, okay? What I'm gonna do for the time being is I'm gonna scroll up really quick. I wanna go through a bunch of Q&A, okay? And we can leave this banner up in case you guys change your mind. Once you ask me a question, you're like, wow, Chad is the real deal. I am gonna book a call with him, right? We'll have some fun with it. All right, cool. So I'm going to fire up. Let's go all the way up to the top. We have a question from Jane Dree. Your Facebook ads white label service, do you do everything? Yeah, we pretty much do everything. We'll help you craft an offer if you don't know how to craft an offer. We do the graphics, we write the copy, we create the Facebook ads, we do all the budgeting. I would pretty much say that we do everything. We set up the pixels, we set up conversion pixels, we do it all. Yeah, so we definitely do pretty much everything, okay? Do you help us structure the offers, pricing? Yeah, I think that's what you just asked. Yes, we do that. Rebecca said, anyone have 1 to 10 written down that they can share? I'll share, we'll have this video up and I'll drop 1 to 10 in there. So don't worry about that. We'll get that over to you guys. And by the way, guys, a couple different things. One thing, if you're not in our group, our Facebook group, go to Facebook, go to the search bar, type Marketers Mindset by DashClicks. That's our Facebook group. There's over 6,000 freaking agencies in there. It's an incredible group to join and ask questions all day and get some questions answered by really high-level individuals. Okay, and another thing, go follow us on YouTube. All these videos get rolled over to YouTube, all the replays. Okay, so go to DashClicks as a YouTube channel. You can go to our website, scroll down to the bottom, you see a YouTube app icon, just click it, it'll open up our YouTube channel, or just go to YouTube and type in DashClicks, and go to subscribe to our channel, get a bunch of videos like this that we do frequently. All right. When is Insights and Dashboard going to go mobile? It's something that we've been working on for a while. I promise it's coming soon, just kind of hang tight with us. Leslie asks, can you buy and hold on a couple services until you need it? Usually, I like to say no because it like confuses us, okay? But if you buy a service, the best thing to do is try to use it like at least within the 30 days, okay? Because if not, then it depends on the service that you're using. You start getting billed and stuff, and then we got to prorate. We don't like really doing that, right? So if you're thinking about buying a service, buy it, but try to use it within like the next week or so if you can. What commission is split for fronters and closers? Commission is split. Usually, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Actually, we have a whole video, Gail, if you want to get into that. You can go to our YouTube channel and just search like fronters, DashClicks, stuff like that. We have a whole video that explains like fronters and closers and all that stuff. Will I need to apply to be an IDX broker, reseller, target if I want insights? If not, I've seen. So I don't know exactly the answer to that question, but I have seen a bunch of people add IDX to the Insta okay? And usually it's an iframe that they just embed in there, okay? I don't know what the back-end tech is, but I know that that's a pretty frequently asked question that gets asked in our Marketers Mindset group. Feel free to jump in and ask that question, and somebody will probably pop in there and give you an answer, right? By the way, guys, I see a bunch of people say, so go ahead and book your call if you are interested in working with me privately to help you further your agency and scale up your agency, okay? All right, let's keep going down. Hey, Chad, I'll be able to rewatch this again. Yep, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. If I have a real estate agent as a client and I buy your Facebook ads white label service, do you run, manage, optimize, and do everything on my behalf? We do, yes. Yes. Who said, yo, bro, you're an OG. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. What if I already have an agent's website, WordPress? Can I still use all your services? You sure can. You don't need to buy our agent's website to use our services. You just buy it because it's awesome, and it'll help you scale up, and it's easy, and it's sexy. Do you have proposals available as a template by chance for each service? So we don't have that. We have that in our Dash Elite program where we give out like templates and a bunch of stuff. So if you're in our Dash Elite program, if you're interested in joining it, all that will be right in there. When is Listings Manager going to be available in Canada? Nathan asked. It's something that we're working on. I don't have an actual deadline for that yet, as much as I'd like to. We just recently launched Australia and UK not too long ago, a couple months back. So we're working on Canada. Do you charge clients for Insta reports? We personally didn't. However, we have a bunch of people in our Dash Elite program that actually do this. They do like a full-blown business consultation, and they'll charge like $500 to run an Insta report and do a consultation for like an hour or two about it and give you like pointers on what you can do in your business and things like that. Are there DC plans for the new social media platforms? Maybe. Oh, you're talking about like fulfillment services? Not at the moment. The ones that we have are pretty like the frequent, like most popular ones, right? Like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. But maybe in the future as they start trending up. Shantae said, do you have any contract samples? So we have that in our Dash Elite program. We also have that in a couple of our other courses, right? If you go to DashClicks and you hit the education, there's some courses in there where you'll be able to see contracts and stuff available. I think Irresistible Sales Formula is one. Let's go down. Let's keep going down. All right. I got a long question here. All right, I'm going to skip that because that's a bunch of crazy stuff in there. I'm not sure what that's about. Do clients have your Insta website to get their service, or can they keep their website? No, they don't need an Insta website. So clients can have their own website. We can do Facebook ads or SEO. It doesn't have to be an Insta site. Obviously, we prefer it to be an Insta site because then they can log in and they can edit it through their dashboard and everything's in one place. And our Insta sites are super fast too and good for SEO and things like that. When buying services, how long does it take to become active by DashClicks? It really depends on the service. Most services will go live within like 24 hours. Websites are instantly activated. That's like instant. You just got to point your domain name over. Facebook ads that goes live once the campaign is done, but we start working on the campaign. For fulfillment services, and once the onboarding is done, we start working on the campaigns right away. So if you fill out the onboarding doc in like a day or two, we'll start working on it right when you're done. Right? And then you get access to a private Slack channel where we can come in and work with you on basically anything that you need or answer any of your questions. You get access to our team, our fulfillment team. Are there discounts on bundle services? John asks. Unfortunately, not at the moment. Frank asks, when can we expect to see new insights that we talked about several weeks ago? Something that we're still working on, so hang tight with us there. If I have a client interested, how should I sign them up? What information do you need from my clients in order to run ads for them? So it's pretty simple. All you really need to do is literally just go to DashClicks, purchase a service. You can use coupon code DC50 to get 50% off of those. And then you can add your clients to the dashboard and send them onboarding docs right after the service. There's a page where you can do it, where you can go and do that, and it's all white labeled, right? And then the onboarding docs will essentially be the information that we need to collect, and that's pretty much it. Do your websites have multiple languages? So they're all in English, our websites, but we do have a translator tool on our website that you can use in the settings, which will give somebody the availability to go and like click the flag and change it to a different language, right? So that's there and that's free. What's the minimum monthly ads you recommend for flooring? If you're running Google ads, I would start off with at least $1,000 a month at a minimum. Usually like in the contracting and home services, $1,000 to $2,000 a month should be like a minimum budget, right? If you go anything below that, it's really tricky to start getting any results. Let's see. Chad, I love what you're doing. Will you guys ever have an example ads that you can previously launch for clients? It's hard to sell when yeah, so like case studies and stuff like that. So our team is actually working on more case studies. It's something that we've been asking for a while. Our team is finally taking the time and dedicating to add a bunch more case studies to the dashboard to give you guys. So that should be coming out here in the next short couple of weeks. I think we're going to be adding 10 new case studies for Facebook ads, 10 new for Google ads, and 10 new for SEO. Skip one. Any live coupon codes or agency sites? Yeah, so Adam, you can use coupon code DC50 to take 50% off of anything in DashClicks, right? Can your website have ADA compliance? I'm not sure about that, but what I would do is open up the live chat, and hopefully somebody from our live chat team can help you out with that, Sergio. I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you. Let's see, cases become awesome. Should I focus on selling each service separately? Yes, definitely. I would focus on the value ladder approach, where you sell website first, a week later, sell them listings, a couple weeks later, sell them SEO, and work your way up the value ladder. That's like the most important thing that you can do. If you try to shove too many services down somebody's throat at the same time, it's not appealing. And the chances are you're probably not going to sell them anything, because they get overly complicated and it's just like overwhelmed. Basically, it's the right word for it, right? Chad, the cannabis industry is growing. Can you set up some templates for insights for this? Yeah, we actually have already built a couple that we should be launching with shortly. We got some for medical marijuana, for CBD. We got a couple different ones coming out. So that should be here pretty soon. Anybody else got any questions? You guys fired off a bunch of questions. I'm out of breath. Woo! Anybody else got any questions? Anybody unsure of anything in their agency? By the way, who booked a call? Who booked a call to speak with me? Say booked in the chat, right there below. You want to speak to me, go ahead and book a call there. Have some fun. If not, guys, without further ado, is what I'm going to do. Leslie said, I just became Dash Elite. Congratulations to you. I'll see you inside of Dash Elite. Amazing. How much is Elite? Mike asked. We have a bunch of different options, Mike, like a 6-month program, 12-month program, payment plan, one pay. There's a bunch of different options that you can choose from, Mike. Best thing to do is just book a call below. For 30 minutes, our team will share their screen and go through the whole program with you, talk about pricing, and see what would be a good fit for you. Don said, is that a green screen? No, this is not a green screen. This is actually wrapped wallpaper, and this is a touch screen. Jandra said, so I need the client to pay me first and then buy your services in order to have access to everything. Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to get your clients to pay you first, and then you can go into DashClicks and then buy the products that you need for your client. And then, yes, you and the client will have access to all of those things, like if it's Facebook ads or whatever it is that you're purchasing, right? So you definitely want to make sure you get the payment first. Okay? So hopefully that helps. All right, guys, love it. Listings work for Mexico? I don't think so, not yet. No, I don't believe so. Chad, I would like to have a new website calculator in DashClicks. Okay, can I use coupon code on current subscription? Unfortunately not. They only work on new subscriptions. If we buy the agency website, clients can pay directly for their services. Their payment processor hooked up? No, not at the moment, Mike. The agency website is just a regular informational business website. It just looks really cool, and it's got all the DashClicks, like technology and everything's fully white labeled in there, right? So if you actually go P&P real quick, Carlos. So if you go to agency tools here in the dashboard, yeah, agency tools, and click agency website, and then click preview right down here, preview my website, you can actually see what the website will actually look like, right? Like all the services, and I'll have your logo. This is just a demo account, but it looks like this, right? It'll have your logo, and it talks about all the technology, right? Reporting and all that cool stuff, right? Everything in there. So when you're selling, it's really easy to sell, right? And then people can log in, and right from the top, right? So your clients can log in and all that good stuff. Right, let's see. You guys are going in right when I'm about to go. You guys are gonna fire away all the questions. I'm gonna do a couple more questions, and then I'm gonna bounce out of here, and then you guys can ask all your questions. By the way, Marketer's Mindset Facebook group. I don't feel like logging into Facebook and doing all that stuff. Go to Facebook, search Marketer's Mindset by DashClicks. It's a group, 6,000 plus agency owners, all DashClicks members in there. That's the community that you want to be in, because that's where you can ask questions all day and get answers, okay? Thomas said, how do you charge if white label Facebook ads, the campaigns, ad sets, more ads for the same client in your offer on your website? One ad set, yeah. We recommend going by budget. That's really what it's about, right? So I think it's like 0 to 3K is $4.99 a month, and then if it's more than that, the budget, then it just goes up from there, right? What's the best way to accept payments for your clients? Stripe is really good. Let's see, do you do nurture emails? On the funnels, we do have nurture email sequences that are included inside of a funnel if we build a funnel for you. What's that, a cart function on the agency website? Maybe in the future, not right now. Can I customize agency website with my own graphics and services? Yes, 100%. It's fully customizable. You get access to the builder that literally the second that you purchase. You can go in there and change whatever it is that you want. And we do not accept PayPal at the moment, Deandra. Unfortunately, but we accept all major credit cards. So you can pay using anything, essentially. You don't, I think your question was, how do you pay us? You don't have to pay us using Stripe. You can pay us using any credit card you want. Funnels are built on ClickFunnels. Yes, if you're purchasing a regular business funnel, you don't need an account. If it's an e-com based funnel, then yes, you do need an account. Jandrew said, yeah, just credit card. We accept all major credit cards. Yep. So guys, once again, I'll leave it at the bottom. DC50 here at the bottom. And before I close out, for those of you guys who came on literally towards the end here, I see people coming in and out. You can use this coupon code to get 50% off of anything inside of DashClicks. This code is expiring tonight. This is just for you to have some fun and get some really cool stuff at a discounted rate. And just for you showing up and taking your time to be with us here today. And then the second thing is, if you'd like to book a call with me and my team to actually inquire about our Dash Elite program, which are private coaching program where we can work directly with you, you just literally go right here, urlme.app/go. That'll take you to our Calendly booking page where you can book a time and speak to me and my team to see if the program is a good fit for you. All right, guys, without further ado, thank you so much for your time. Love you guys for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll see you guys in the Marketer's Mindset Facebook group and inside of your DashClicks dashboards. Have a good one, everybody.